12 cents, the 20th tooth over 5,000. Now, I know a lot of people say to me, well, Jack, we're not going to see 1,000-fold increase in the next decade. I go, you know what? Before I even talk to you about the future, let's just walk back 10 years in time. 10 years ago, 2 graduate students at Stanford University with 3 computers were doing 25 million searches a month. Cool technology, but it wasn't transformative. Today, Google is doing 25 billion searches a day, and in the process, they have transformed media, advertising, education. They're moving into healthcare. They're moving into energy demand management. Why, they're even moving into transportation. 1,000-fold increase. We've all lived through it, but like that gorilla, we tend not to see it. Let me give you another example. This is only 8 years old. Imagine if I would have come to you back in 2003 and said, hey, I have 2 encyclopedia business models of the future. On the one hand, Microsoft is going to hire 100 of the world's brightest PhDs, and they're going to pour their intellectual content online in the form of something called Encarta, and it's going to compete with Encyclopedia Britannica. Most of you would have said, yeah, I get that business model. I think that's going to work. And then on the other hand, I would have said, well, there's this other business model. There's a fellow by the name of Jimmy Wales, and about he and 100 of his buddies are pouring their intellectual content online for free. And we don't know who they are, and we don't know their credentials. You would have said, that's not going to work. Well, today, 1 million individuals pouring their intellectual content online. Wikipedia has been deemed just as accurate as anything Encyclopedia Britannica can write, but oh, the size of that encyclopedia is twice the size, and they're doing it in 263 different languages, and it's going to double again in the next year. 1,000-fold increase. As technology changes, business models change, and we are going to continue to live through similar transformation. So as I was writing the book, Jump the Curve, I decided to put this notion of exponential growth into Google. The very first entry that pops up is Wikipedia, and then I go to Wikipedia, and there's this bizarre word, Zenzizenzizenzic. Anyone happen to know what Zenzizenzizenzic means? I certainly didn't, and so I'm not surprised you don't. It means 2 to the 8th power, something that doubles 8 times. And of those 9 technologies I mentioned earlier, maybe there are a few of them that won't double 10 times, so they won't undergo 1,000-fold increase. But every one of them expected to double at least 8 times, so to go through a Zenzizenzizenzic-like transformation. And let me give you a concrete example of how this is going to happen in the next 5 years. Just last year, Cisco came out and they said web-based video conferencing is going to increase 250-fold in the next 5 years. You cannot tell me this is not going to transform how we do conferencing, how you communicate with your employees, the tools they use in which to get their information is fundamentally changing, and you have an opportunity and a responsibility to begin preparing your clients and your customers for this future, because it is coming faster than most people appreciate. So I now have enough.